2004 was truly a very remarkable and special year. Spider-Man 2 came out, and yes, Tobey Maguire will always be the best Spider-Man. I don't want to hear anything about Tom Holland. Kanye West released College Dropout, and Mark Zuckerberg launched Facebook. However, 2004 was also a very special year for football in general. Arsenal went invincible in the Premier League with an iconic squad. Jose Mourinho announced himself to the world by helping Porto win the Champions League. Valencia won La Liga. However, the biggest one being when Greece pulled off the impossible when they won Euro 2004. Although it was deemed by many as a boring team that played negative football, who cares? They won it, which is what matters at the end. Today, we'll be taking a stroll down memory lane back to 2004 when Greece pulled off the miracle in winning Euros 2004. People nowadays think that Greece has history in major tournaments because they won the Euros, and honestly, this is actually not true because before they won the Euros, they had literally no history in major tournaments. Before the year 2002, Greece had been able to qualify for only two major tournaments, the 1980 Euros and the 1994 World Cup. On top of that, in those major tournaments, Greece didn't even win a single game. They are not a country known for producing world-class players, so during this time, they were seen as weak and they were seen as a bunch of nobodies. In the year 2001, Greece hired former Bayern Munich head coach Otto Rehagel. Rehagel was seen as the top appointment as the German was a very good tactician, but also a manager who was successful as he was a winner in Germany, winning the Bundesliga 3 times. The German manager came in and the first thing he focused on was actually not the tactics, he focused on the unity of the team. During this time, a lot of the Greece players were playing in the Greek Super League and were very patriotic about their club. They would carry this rivalry into the national team, often leaving a disjointed team. Rehagel sought to eliminate this and made the players focus on putting the national team first and put their rivalries to the side. He was able to achieve this goal very quickly actually, as in the first few games in charge, Greece started to look a bit different to what they were compared to their previous manager. Signs were starting to show that the German manager could be cooking something special. In the Euro 2004 qualifiers, Greece were put in a group with Spain, Ukraine, Northern Ireland, and Armenia. Again, no one really expected Greece to qualify for the tournament, especially put in a group like this. However, Greece pulled off a shock. They topped the group ahead of Spain with 6 wins and only 2 losses, automatically qualifying for the tournament. Although they only scored 8 goals in qualifiers, they had one of the best defensive records in the group, which helped them top the group. So eventually the tournament came around, and no one really expected anything of Greece, not even their own fans, as the fans were really just happy to take part in the tournament and were just hoping to get at least one win and not get embarrassed. Not just that too, the level of talent that the top nations possessed, players like Zidane, Luis Figo, David Beckham, Francesco Totti, and a young Cristiano Ronaldo, there was no way Greece could compete with them, as they did not even possess a fraction of talent that the top nations had. Rehagel knew that if Greece wanted to do well in the tournament, he had to set them up tactically right, and in a way that suits the players he had at his disposal. Rehagel played a very pragmatic system, more focused on heavy man marking and having a strong defensive structure, with most of their goals being scored on the counter-attack and from set pieces. Rehagel would constantly tinker around with his tactics here and there, depending on the opposition the team faced. Greece were paired up in a very tough group from the start, with Portugal, the hosts, Spain, and Russia, with Greece playing the host Portugal in the opening game of the tournament. Now going into this game, everyone had Portugal as the favorites, and why wouldn't you? It's Portugal, the players they have completely outweigh Greece, and they're the hosts. Everything was lined up for a Portugal win. However, that day, a huge shock in the system had occurred. 50 minutes into the game, Greece found themselves 2-0 up against the Portuguese. The game eventually ended 2-1 in favor of Greece, and it was seen as a huge shock. The Greece fans were going wild as they finally won a game in a major tournament. Not even the players could believe that they won, especially against a team like Portugal. However, their journey was going to get even better. Greece drew their second game with Spain 1-1, then lost their final game against Russia. Results elsewhere did help them, as Greece just about finished second in the group ahead of Spain, sending Spain back home. It was seen as an absolute miracle that Greece even made it out of the group. Not even their own fans believed that they could do it. However, still no one was believing in the miracle, especially after finding out who they were drawn up against in the quarterfinals. Keep in mind, back then there was no round of 16, so the top 2 teams that would make it out of the group would go straight to the quarterfinals. So Greece got paired up with France in the quarterfinals, and everyone thought that this was the end of the road, as France were the holders and the level of talent that they had was absolutely out of this world. Zidane, Makelele, Henry, Robert Pires, and the list just goes on. No way Greece could match them. However, after that game, it may have got people believing in the miracle. Greece played a heavy man-marking tactic with a rock-solid defense, keeping the incredible French attack quiet. Greece ended up winning the game 1-0 with a header from Angelos Charisteas, sending the French back home. With this win, Greece moved on to the semi-finals. However, many of the neutrals were not impressed with this win. Neutrals wanted to see Greece lose more than anything due to the football that they were playing, as it was horrible to watch on the eye. Talk about a tough crowd. Greece played Czech Republic in the semi-finals, a weaker team compared to France, however still a serious side, with Pavel Nedved leading them. Again, Greece played their typical pragmatic football, and the game ended 0-0 after 90 minutes. The game went to extra time with Traianos Dellas scoring the winner from a corner kick. The game ended 1-0 in favor of the Greek, and they did it! They were going to the final. The finals came around, and their opponent would be the hosts themselves, Portugal. After their opening day loss, they beat Spain and Russia to top the group and knocked out England and Netherlands to make it to the final. Portugal started really strong as they were creating many chances. However, Greece held their ground and defended like absolute Spartans that day. Then, the golden moment came. Greece were awarded a corner which Angelos Charisteas took advantage of and gave Greece the lead. The game finished 1-0 in favor of the Greece, and that's it. They accomplished the impossible. The whole country went absolutely wild. One of the greatest fairy tale runs had a happy ending after all. Or was it? For the Greece fans, it was the best day of their life. However, neutrals did not share the same emotions. The neutrals were not impressed at all, and even called Greece's win a sad day for football. Neutrals wanted to watch beautiful and free-flowing football, which was the opposite of what Greece offered, as they mainly parked the bus and scored roughly 1 goal a game, mainly from a set piece. This also had a lot of neutrals worrying that if Greece could win a tournament playing this kind of horrible football, other nations will also try to copy this and try to replicate the same thing that Greece did, taking away the joy and taking away the beautiful free-flowing football that the neutrals love to see. However, since then, no team in any major international tournament has been able to replicate what Greece did. And honestly put, this Greece team was special from the players to the manager. And it's crazy to think that out of so many strong nations in that tournament, with so many nations in their prime, that Greece came out as the kings of Europe. With the Euro starting this summer, I really do hope that we get to see another fairy tale run like Greece this summer, as football fans, as neutrals, I think we deserve to see one. So that is a wrap for this video. What do you guys think? Do you guys think that Greece deserved to win the Euros? Do you guys think that we will see another fairy tale run in this summer's Euros? Let me know in the comments. If you have any other video ideas for me, let me know in the comments. I'm always opening to seeing and checking the comments out. But that's all for your boy today. Hit the subscribe button, help the channel grow, but I'll catch you all next time. Take care for now.